if you get me out this time, I promise you, oh God, I'm going to do what you want me to do. Lord, if you help me this one last time, Lord, I promise you, you have me for the rest of my life. Lord, if you just make a way to get this bill paid, God, you ain't never got to worry about me spending your time with it no more. That's it, Lord. And then when it's time to pay up, to do up, to show up, suddenly we're missing in action. But I want to tell you how to overcome the challenge of choice is to be real with God. Look at this, you got to keep it real. And if you're going to keep it real with anybody, you might as well keep it real with God. So he faces God in prayer, and he says, now, Daddy, this is my heart concerning the matter. This is what I want. You got to be honest enough with God to tell the truth on yourself. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm right there. There's a whole lot of delivered from the spirit of lying, deception, lust, greed, covetousness, thievery, and we're going down the whole list of what we see. If we be honest with God about ourselves, chapter 8 said you got to tell yourself. Tell God about yourself. Just tell on yourself. He knows it, right? He's about to know so just tell on yourself. Being honest with God, being transparent with God, it's a strength to have not just good intent, but being intentional when you're over. So he's honest with God. He says, Father, I know this. I got out. There's got to be another plan. There has to be another way. And he says, I don't want this. Nevertheless, not my will. So we want to show that relationship with God is important when we come to challenging choices, that we don't just go absent from God because it's something that we don't want. We want to show by the example Jesus set that when we're challenged in choice, that we show up in relational covenant with God, in heart-to-heart dialogue with God, and conversation with God, where we really keep it real. For example, Lord, I'm lonely. And John is ringing my number, if I can name John, excuse me. And John is ringing my number 24/7. And I'm about to answer John's call. And if John is calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning, he's not asking for prayer. Now, Lord, I've been waiting on him, my husband, my man, to show up, and he's not here yet. So now, Lord, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm about to answer this call. If you don't help me face the challenge of my choice, I'm not going to do the right thing. Can we keep it real? Now, Lord, then I got on my nerves all day long. I told you I would never smoke another cigarette. I gave that to you. But I'm about to have a nicotine fit. I just need something to calm the nerves. Or if it's not the cigarette, it's that other demon. I don't have no stomach trouble. They're just getting on my nerves. So I need a little something to calm the nerve. Yeah, well, give me vodka. Give me some gin. I don't know all the other names. Johnny Walker, they still make that. That used to grow up in my grandmother's house. That was her liquor of choice. But I need something to help me through. Maybe that's not it. Maybe that's not it. But oh God, I held it as long as I can. And I'm about to tell them now because I can't take it no more. I ain't nobody's doormat. I ain't nobody's N-word. But now, Lord, you didn't make me no fool. And I hand up to here, and here is enough. So I'm going to just give them what they ought to get. My whole point is, if we would talk to God honestly about where we are when we're faced with the challenge of our choices, then he can give us what we need so we can have more than good intention. We can have intentionality for follow through. Because intent is not enough. Intent is not enough. So Jesus talks to God. And God don't answer. Because God hadn't changed his mind about the first thing he told him. Let me tell you something about God. If he's not coming up with a different plan, he's saying you stick to the first thing I gave you.
That's right.
That's when you can't hear from God. Don't push no panic buttons. Don't go around belly aching. Oh, I can't hear nothing from God. I done got him 15 prayer lines. I done give us $1,000. I done went to see the prophet. And please don't call Madam Zuzu, Tutu, hoo-hoo.
Amen.
Leave that demonic stuff alone.
Yes.
But Jesus goes back and he looks for a support system with the disciples, and they're not supporting him. They're asleep. I need to say this to you in a very real way. That when you're faced with the challenge of your choice, nobody can make a decision for you and help you but God. And you're going to be sorely disappointed if you look for people to come through for you in the throes of your decision. When you go to find help from them and they're not available, then you don't live next with them. And this is such a real picture of Christ. So he finds the boy sleeping. He's like, what's up with that? I only need you to watch with me just 1 hour. And you could just, all those times I stood with you, helped you, fed you, paid your taxes bill for you, came through for you when your mama-in-law was sick and had a fever. I went and prayed and she got healed and fixed us a feast. All those times I looked out for you. And you can't even watch just 1 hour with me. At the throw of your challenge for choices, do not expect your former support system to be present, because they won't be. Because bottom line is the decisions that you have to make alone. So he does this 2 more times, and 3rd time he goes to pray and he comes with another resolve. He says, okay, Lord, since you're not answering me, Daddy, he says, well, nevertheless, again, persistent with the mindset of a nevertheless attitude. Nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. Now that's an interesting word, nevertheless. In the Greek, plen, P-L-E-N, pronounced plain. You're talking about Revelation? My God, I get excited when I saw that. Plain. You know what plain means to us? Not the airplane. Plain means simple, not complicated, real easy. I said, that's what you're saying, Lord. You're saying to us today that when we come with a nevertheless mindset, it's plain, it's simple, and it's easy. It's what you said it is. Nevertheless, plainly, not my will, but your will be done. Plain. It's found in interesting places in the scripture. It has meanings such as rather than, but, also includes meanings moreover.